Ready, we're going live.
Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching. Thank you for joining our program today, and our apologies for the slight delay. We experienced some technical difficulties. So today we'll be doing a tutorial in Canva. You can use Canva to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, and other documents that you can use for your business initiatives. Let me share my screen and take you to the platform. So obviously, before anything else, you have to create your account on Canva. You can do this by using your email address, you can use your Facebook account, or you can use your Apple ID in order to create an account. Once you have created your account, this is the home page that you will see. And just to start, before we create our fake company and the graphics for that company, I'll take you through what the platform does. So on my left side, you have all your designs. These will be all the designs that you have created on your account on the Canva platform. Canva has many templates that you can use. Presentations, if you want to do an Instagram post, if you want to do a poster, logo, you can even write your resume on Canva. Infographics, flyers, cards, they're quite various documents that you can create on Canva. For the purpose of our presentation and for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to focus on your logo, we're going to focus on a poster, and we're going to focus on a newsletter. Now, the fake company that I'm going to create today, just to take you through how Canva works, is called VeggieRun. And the first thing that we'll do is create a logo for VeggieRun. And as you can see, I am accessing the logo templates on the platform. You click on logo. Okay. While it's loading, on your right side with there's a blank space is basically your canvas. This is where you'll be creating your design. On your left-hand side, where all these other graphics are showing, is all the possible options that you can pick for your logo. Now, I'll pick something simple, something that's not complicated. What you can do is also even search, let's say, vegetables on the search and see what type of logos they recommend for creating a vegetable company. So I'll just pick this one for the purpose of our presentation. Now there's the element, it's called an element. There's Farmers Allen's, there's Farm Fresh. Because this is not my company name, this is not my slogan, this appears as a template. What I can do is change the name of the company and the slogan to my own slogan. But before I do that, I want to show you how I'm going to recreate this entire logo using the Canvas platform. On your far left, we have templates. We've already picked one. We have elements. An element is basically this carrot here. I can decide to pick a different element. For example, I could pick maybe strawberries. And it will show me all the possible pictures or images that I can replace this graphic with. I will pick the basic strawberry. I've clicked on it. It appears on my canvas on the white slate. It's taking a bit of time to load. What you can also do is delete elements on your canvas. So I'll delete the carrot, delete, and place the strawberry logo over here. So as we remember, I said I would be naming my company Veggie Run. And my slogan for the purpose of this presentation will be farm fresh all year round. All right. When you click on these different elements, you have the options of editing the elements. What I can do now is change my Veggie Run text to a different color. And in order to do that, I'm just going to click on Veggie Run, go on the font colors, and click a different color. So we have this type of green. I'll change it to a darker green. As you can see, now my Veggie Run has been changed to a different color. What you also have the option of doing is inserting images that you upload onto your computer. And this is on the far left on uploads. Upload media, I will upload it from the device, and I have an already saved image that I downloaded that I can use for my graphics. As the image is loading, I will just switch the strawberry to the image that I've downloaded just to demonstrate how that works. Delete, upload the image, and now we have an entirely different image. The nice thing about Canva is that you can create as basic a logo as you want. You can create as complicated a logo as you want. So this doesn't quite work for a logo, so we'll just use the plain strawberry for the logo. And that's how you create logos. And then we're done with this one. So we will move on to our poster. We go back home and we look at the varying templates that are offered on the Canvas platform, and we specifically pick posters. All right. So when you're running your business, obviously your poster should have an end goal of what am I trying to communicate to my consumers, if it's a poster for consumers. If it's a poster for stakeholders, then you obviously should have a specific message that you're trying to communicate for your stakeholders or consumers. For the purpose of the presentation, again, we will be hosting, let's say, a farmer's market where we can sell our vegetables. So this poster that I'll be creating now will be for that farmer's market. As you can see, as I type market in the search bar, when I've clicked on templates, there's a lot of options that appear. Now you can decide which of these templates work best for what you are trying to communicate to your consumers. I will click on this one and it appears on my canvas. When you're creating a poster for an event, the first most important thing that you need to establish is what is this event going to be called? Ours will be called Farmers Market 2021. And you obviously want people to know what company is hosting this event. So at the top here, I will write the company that we just created, which is called Veggie Run. And then after that, the most important thing again for a poster in communicating with your consumers is giving dates and times for the event that you're hosting. Ours will be scheduled, let's say tomorrow, the 19th of June, 2021. And the time that we'll select will maybe be, say, from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. And this will be hosted at Kingsway Road, let's say State Library. All right, so I think the only thing that we haven't changed on the poster is the caption. So this one says a farmer's market featuring products from Welton City neighboring provinces. We will just change that to a farmer's market featuring products locally produced in Maseru, Lesotho. Now, as you have seen, what I've done is just take the basic template and I have just recreated it to make it relevant for my company needs and change the company name, change the name of the event, change the dates and the location of the event. There are other exciting things that you can do on Canva. For example, if I click on this image right now, we can move this image to different positions on the canvas. You have effects over here. When you click on effects, you can change this image depending on how creative you would like your poster to appear. We have fresco, Belvedere, Flint. I won't be picking any of these because I just want to do a quick run through on the different aspects or different filters that you can use for your images. Filters, you can adjust the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, the tint, the blur, X process, and you can also crop the image. So as you can see, it appears really large on the canvas, but we will not be cropping it in this chat. The other really fun thing that you can do is the transparency. So transparency, when you click on it, now is at 100. When you reduce the transparency, you can see what happens to the image. Now this works if, say, for example, you would like to place this farmer's market over here. So now, instead of having all the colors all blended in together, you can actually see the writing on top of the image. But because we don't have any writing on top of the image, we do not need to use the transparency setting. So I will take it back to 100. Now you've created an entire poster for an event without needing a graphic designer. And again, if you wanted to change the image on the poster, then you could just delete this image and then upload. The nice thing about Canva is that it also gives you images in the platform that you can use. There's hundreds and thousands of images that you can use. You can also embed videos. So if, let's say, you wanted to be really, really creative with your poster and it would be shared on a digital platform, let's say Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, then instead of using an image, you can use a video. So we'll look for, let's say, vegetables in the video search and see if they have any videos that are connected to what we are looking for. And there they are. The little crown that you see that has pro written on it is only available if you have a subscription to Canva. If you do not have a subscription to Canva, then you cannot use any of the videos that have this little crown on them. It works the same for pictures. If you place the one that has a crown on it, you'll see the Canva watermark on it, and you don't want to use that because if you're advertising your company, then you probably don't want Canva plastered all across the images that you're using. Therefore, because we've just created this account for the purpose of this presentation, we'll use the free pictures that Canva has. And don't get discouraged because it does have a lot of images and a lot of videos that you can use that do not require you to have a subscription to do so. So now we've selected the image, it appears on here, we're gonna drag it onto here and replace it with the previous image that we have. Now we have changed the entire, well, not the entire, but a little bit of the template that we previously had. And again, if you wanted to change the font color for Farmers Market 2021, you could really do it by just clicking on the font color and changing the color. And you also want some consistency in your, when you're creating posters. So if you're going for greens, maybe change the tone of the green that you're using, or if you want to mix up the colors, it's up to you knowing the audience that you are catering for and what would appeal to them graphically. Now, this blue line that you see here means that when I move these elements, they all move together. So all these different elements are grouped together. They call it group. In order to not be so, say for example, if I just wanted to move veggie run, I would have to then go up on ungroup, which means I'm ungrouping all of these elements. And as you can see, there are more lines that are appearing. As I ungroup all these elements, then I can take veggie run and move it to wherever I want without moving the entire structure of the poster. So I want to move that up a little bit and make good use of space. And I can do that by ungrouping the different elements that were grouped together in the template. And there we go. So we will move on to our newsletter. I mean, this is not the nicest poster, but I think you get the general sense of how you can take a template and then change the different elements that you see in the template in order to input your own information so that the poster is appealing to the audience that you are trying to reach. Now, we will go to creating a newsletter. So newsletters are important if you want to share information relating maybe to your industry, to your customers. Say if I owned a vegetable company, then I would maybe want to share information with my customers about maybe organic farming, what the difference is between producing vegetables organically and producing vegetables non-organically or inorganically. So instead of also scrolling through all of this, I can simply search newsletter in the search bar. And what Canva will do is show me different options of newsletter templates that I can use in order to create my own newsletter. And there they are. So as you can see, there's hundreds and hundreds of different templates that you can use. And I will pick one. Okay, let's pick this one. So as you can see on our canvas and on the template that we have selected, there's 2 pages to this template. I only want to use one. I do not want to use both pages of the template. So I simply delete the second template and focus on the first page of the template that I have picked. So this picture that you see on this template is not ideal for the communications that I want to do. So I'm going to change this image to one that is more appropriate for my company. And I do that by going on uploads and picking the image that I had uploaded. Sorry, first I have to delete that one and then insert the image that I had uploaded. And there we go. The second thing that I want to do is I obviously want to change the heading for the template that I've selected, because I'm not going to be sending my customers the Chick Herald. It's Veggie Run. Let's say I want to call it Veggie Run News. And I also want to change the subtitle to maybe your information on farming in Maseru. Also, I can maybe zoom in a little bit so you can see what I am doing. You can choose if you would like to have a date there. You can choose if you do not like to have a date. If you do not want to have a date at all, you simply just backspace that element. I'm going to edit back and add the date June 2021. And this will be our first issue. So issue 1. And then we go to the actual details of the newsletter. So as I mentioned earlier, say for a vegetable company, one of the things that you may want to communicate with your customers, or information that you want to communicate with your customers, is how to farm organically. So our newsletter for our first issue may be, let's say, organic farming. And then let's say if you have a newsletter editor, you just write down their name. Ours will be, let's say, Tato Tabo, who's the newsletter editor. I don't think we'll be needing much of this, so I'm just gonna delete that element. And then say, enlarge our text a little bit so that it fills out the space. All right. So this is not text that is appropriate for my customers because it's merely a template. So what I can do is now start editing this text for whatever I want. Because I do not have any text for our organic farming, I'll just put, random gibberish. And then we'll go back to the initial text just to show you what it looks like when it's filled out. But ideally, this would be the text of the information that I want to communicate with my consumers. Now, this is particularly important if you're running a business, because you do want your consumers and you do want your customers to be informed on how your company works and the things that, are important for your company. And if you need to teach, for example, if you need to teach your consumers how to use your products, or if you need to communicate your value proposition or how different your company is from all your competitors, then having a newsletter is a good way to do so. All right, so we've created our mock newsletter. Now, you've created this logo, you've created this poster, you've created this, this newsletter. How do you save it onto your computer? We have the download option, top right. You can download your graphics as PDF. You can download them as a high quality PNG, high quality image, JPEG, small file size image, which would be ideal if you were sharing it on social media. PDF print, which is high quality multi-page document. And say, for example, I had used a video for this graphic instead of this image, then I would want to save this newsletter as an MP4 video. So when I upload it on Facebook, or if I upload it on Twitter, then the video plays instead of just showing the video as an image. All right, so we're just going to download this as a high quality image. And it's downloading. As soon as that is done, it will be saved onto my computer. And there it is. What I wanted to do is also show you how the video option works on Elements. So I'll just delete that and then maybe use, they didn't have any free vegetable videos. So I'll just click maybe a farm video and show you what that graphic would appear like. And it's loading right over here. All right, so I will click on this farm video. All right, so let's enlarge it so we can make good use of space. Okay, and then play. So if we wanted a more, I guess, interactive newsletter, then we would opt for a video in our newsletter instead of using an image, which I think is exciting and which I have used before in creating content for our American Corner Maseru Facebook page. All right, so going back home and just recapping on what we have done today. We have our homepage on Canva. This is basically where the page that appears the moment you log in. Now, I did not download my logo, I did not download my poster, and I want to go back to them. I can easily do that here, or if I want to go to a graphic that I created a while back, then I just go back to all your designs, and it literally shows me all the work that I've done. The other exciting thing that you can do on Canva is you can create a team. So let's say in your organization, you have the graphic designer, you also have maybe the leadership of the organization, and you want this to be an interactive process. We'll just name it Dream Team for now, or maybe Summer Campaign. Let's write Summer Campaign. You provide a team name, and then you can add email addresses of all the team members. And I will do the American Corner at gmail.com. So what this does when you create teams is that it sends a link to your team member, and when the team member opens that link, then they are taken directly to the canvas where you have created a design. We haven't created one yet for this particular campaign, so none will appear. But if we were to create one, then let's say a presentation, then all the team members who you have added, whose email addresses you have added, would have access to this very canvas that you see right here. and they can make edits, they can place comments, so that the graphic designer or the person that's responsible for doing the graphic design is able to see those comments in real time. So this makes your work more efficient. Instead of sending someone an email and saying, hey, this is what I've worked on, can you check if it is okay? And then this person is going to get that email maybe 2 hours later, and then they respond to it. As soon as they make the comments, you're able to see the comments in real time. So I will just pick a random presentation and show you how the comments work. Okay, I'll just pick this one. Okay, so now we have a presentation, and as you can see over here, these are all the different pages that appear on our presentation. So again, we'll change the title of our presentation to Summer Campaign Veggie Run, and then maybe change this graphic to an element that has to do with vegetables. Okay, then we can click that element. All right, it's taking a bit of time to load. There we are. So Summer Campaign Veggie Run. And as you can see on your right-hand side, okay, so let's say, for example, I'm the manager of the company and the graphic designer has picked this element to include in the presentation, and we have to give maybe a presentation to a potential investor or potential consumer. Then I can just add a comment or mention and say, change element, change element to JPEG image. Comment. So Kinewe Mputlani has commented that when you click on this element, Kinewe Mputlani has commented change element to JPEG image. So this is really, I'm just demonstrating how easy it is to work collaboratively using Canvas instead of having to send someone the presentation and then do the edits and then send back the presentation with the edits. You could literally do it on this one platform in real time, and whoever is logged onto this presentation would be able to see the changes in real time. All right. So I think that about covers our very, very, very basic tutorial on how to use Canva. But again, just to reiterate why this platform is such an amazing platform. You are provided with templates. You do not have to basically start either a poster, a logo, or a presentation on a clean slate. If you're looking for something more fun, more vibrant, they have the options to do that. If you're looking for something that appeals more to, corporate executives, you can select that as well. If you're looking for video, video content, you have the option of selecting that. If you're looking for still images, you also have the option of selecting that. So again, a little overview. The nice thing about Canva is your ability to search what it is that you're looking for. So if you're in construction, for example, you can just search construction and it will show pop-ups of different templates that are specifically geared towards construction. This makes your images look more professional. They look more appealing. As you can see, they look more appealing to your targeted audience. You can use them in corporate meetings, in corporate board meetings, but you can also use them in social media. So obviously, digital marketing is a very important part of running your business, especially now during COVID-19. So Canva gives you the convenience of having this one platform where you can create mass communications for your consumers, for stakeholders, and be able to better communicate with the people you need to communicate in order to suit your business needs. All right. And I think that is we're about done. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments section. And also, if you're interested in having further conversations about how you can use the platform in your business, if you're a small to medium enterprise, I would like to encourage our Yali alumni that have not used this tool before to reach out. I'm always happy to walk you through how you can structure communications and be more efficient in communicating with your targeted audience. And stop share. Thank you so much for joining me today. This was our first skills development programming. If you have any comments on how we can make our skills development programs more effective for you, please also feel free to share in the comments section. Manini, that will conclude our talk for today.